What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my channel, the 10K Property Report. I am K, and today I pose a question to you. Would you buy a fourplex, so 4 units, for $7,500? This is a Zillow hidden find. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Without further ado, let's get going. All right, so this is the property, and in a minute I'll disclose where it's located, and I'll also disclose some other information you may want to ask when you're trying to purchase properties like this or anything that would require extensive work as this one will. Already off bat, even in the description, the realtor, who is not me, by the way, I'll give you the realtor's information as well as the actual address so you can check out this property and do your due diligence. I always stress doing your due diligence because it's your responsibility, okay? All right, so this is the property, and it's saying it's 5,040 square feet. There are no beds and bathrooms. Basically, I'm assuming because of the condition of the property, maybe, or it's just not listed. For whatever reason, it's not listed. So I won't discuss how many bedrooms or bath. I did look on the tax assessors for this property, and I saw that it was about 0.16 acres of land. Okay, so that may be handy for those folks who are interested in, how much land that the property sits on. There are not too many pictures. There are only 4, and rightfully so. This property will need some work. Now, if you are an experienced investor, then this may be for you. Okay. If not, it still could be for you. It just depends on your exit strategy. Make sure you stick around to the very end of the video. Like I said earlier, maybe I didn't. I'll say it now if I didn't. Make sure you stick around to the very end of the video because I will go over some questions you should ask yourself as I'm going along, right? Of the listing. You would ask yourself, and a part of your due diligence is asking yourself these pertinent questions going forward, okay? So make sure you stick around to the end. Just out of curiosity, you might want to know, well, this, and this, what should I be looking for, K? All right, so make sure you stick around to the very end of the video. All right, so let's go to the actual listing so you can see. And from my estimation, just me looking at the property here and looking at, it was one picture. Let me go back very briefly. It was one picture that allowed me to kind of see the back of the property right here. And you can see all the bricks are pretty much on the ground, and you can see there's damage here. I kind of think, and this will be a question for you to ask the realtor, I kind of think that it could have been fire damage. I'm not sure. This is in Missouri, okay? So this is the address. So you say, Kay, what is the address? I'm interested in this property. Here is the address to the property. Also, the realtor's information is down below. You can check that out and contact them in the event that you are interested in this property. It's been on the market for 30 days. I did see a price cut of $7,500. So it was listed for much higher than $7,500. But again, like I always stress on this channel, the longer a property stays on the market, the more the actual seller is a little eager to get rid of this property. Okay. So I'll allow you. Oh, this is storm damage. Okay. So it wasn't fire damage necessarily. It says storm damage opportunity. Okay. Gotcha. So read the description, do your due diligence, and get even more information about this property. What I wanted to do is go to Street View. I want to see pride of ownership. Like, what does the neighborhood look like? Which brings me to what I'm going to discuss in just a second. Making sure you check out the crime rate in this particular area. Any area you invest in, not just Missouri, right? This is in St. Louis, but make sure you check out the crime rate. Make sure you check out rent and vacancy. How much are these units renting for? All right. I did a video on cash return to allow investors to, I broke it down step by step. How do you calculate this to see if something like this is worth your time or not, right? So as you can see, there are a lot of multi-units in this particular neighborhood, which, it is what it is. It's not a good or bad sign necessarily. Just depends on your exit strategy. Every investor is different. So we all have different goals. Okay. So keep that in mind. Let me see. All right. I'll scroll down because I want to go back to the subject property at hand. And I think I passed it. But these are two. The bottom here is boarded up. I'm not sure if the whole entire unit is boarded up. But I did see quite a few. There was a couple boarded up properties. This is the subject property. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is right here. Gotcha. Because I remember this single building right here. And then you have the fourplex here. So you can see it was in much better condition when the time of this was 2026. It doesn't say the actual month on Google, but this looks pretty nice, right? This is the potential of what it could look like, right? So keep that in mind. Let me go ahead and go back to the listing because I do want to point out some things that you may want to know when you're looking at a property like this, okay? So if you scroll down, first of all, very important. I refer to a parcel number like a social security number, right? It is your gateway to find out so much information on your end and part of your due diligence when you're looking at tax assessors, when you're looking at anything. If you plug in that number, is very similar to just having the address. Actually better, right? It's just that number associated with that property. All right. So here it does have a zestimate of $1,089 a month for, I don't know if the rent zestimate is per unit. I'm pretty sure it is. It wouldn't make sense for all of the units, all four, to be rented for $1,089. If so, that may not be something you're looking for as far as profitability. I also want to scroll down to show you the method. It's under facts and features, I do believe. Oh, by the way, it says the minimum risk of flood area. That's important. But I wanted to show you under facts and features, listing terms, right? So financial and listing details. So you can do a 1031 exchange, cash, or private, right? So private funds, right? Or cash, or 1031 exchange for those folks who want to avoid, they're moving money and they want to avoid capital gains in other areas. They can put it into a project like this. Don't sleep on trying to, as I show the picture again, 1 second. Don't sleep on trying to essentially, what they say, buy the block, right? So if there are multiple opportunities on this block to purchase, it could, caveat could, keyword I should say, could be an opportunity for you. It may not. It may be a waste of your money and it may be worth your time. It just depends on how you're doing your due diligence. Real quickly, I wanted to go over some things you should consider before buying a property like this in the future. So structural condition, look at foundation. A foundation can kill a deal. Structural condition, trust me, I know. I've tried to wholesale a home that pretty much you put a golf ball or any type of rolling object in that home and it was literally going downhill pretty much. The foundation was no good, all right? Fire damage, roof damage, water intrusion, etc. Also look at the neighborhood, crime rates, rental demand, vacancy rates are very important. You could put a lot of money into this property and it be vacant for months at a time. That is a waste, my opinion. And as an experienced investor, that's a waste of time and your money. So you want to look at vacancy rates, right? This could be a potential play for Section 8 or other type of opportunities. It just depends, again, on your exit strategy, okay? Future growth plans, look at that. Look at the median household income. That's very important too. Comparable sales. What is the ARV or after repair value of this property, right? What are other properties similar to this, apples to apples, oranges to oranges? What are similar properties selling for in this neighborhood, okay? You need to identify that, right? City violations and liens. I talk about this on my other channel, Money Moves with K. By the way, you can check that channel out as well. But I talk about this a lot. This is just a hack if you want to find distressed, vacant properties elsewhere too, right? You look at the code violation list amongst other lists. I think I did a video here too. I'll put that in the comments, not the comments, but the description, so you can check out as well. But you want to look for building code violations, outstanding fines, tax liens, water bills, special assessments, etc., right? Mechanic liens. HOA, I don't think this has HOA, just my assumption, but some HOA, they have liens as well. So keep that in mind. Insurance considerations, high premiums, hard to obtain coverage, special requirements before occupancy. All right. So the insurance, you have to consider that as well. Financing options. It did mention the financing options that are available. 1031 exchange, private money, or cash. Okay. Rehab scope and condition. You need to be experienced or find some experienced folks that are very reliable. I get a lot of comments and I personally have dealt with this as well. Finding reliable work or helpers, right? To fix up these properties so that you can proceed. Otherwise, it is a bottleneck for sure. All right. So knowing the cost to rehab, the actual cost, not the imaginary, not what you hope. When you get in there, what is the actual cost? And typically, more than likely, it always goes over budget. So keep that in mind. Exit strategy. Are you going to flip this? Are you going to hold it? For rentals, sell to another investor. What are you doing with this property in order to exit the deal? All right, so keep those things in mind. That's the end of my video. I truly do appreciate you watching to this point in the video. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so very much. And down in the comment section, put 10K. It allows me to know you made it this far. I truly do appreciate it. Until next time, guys, you stay blessed. Peace.